USC is back on track. After a 24-21 victory at number 18 Arizona, the Trojans are now riding a 2-game win streak. So will the Road Warriors continue their success at Oregon State? Hello everybody, welcome inside the Orange County Register studios. This is Trojan Talk. I am Jonathan Khamis, being joined as always by our USC beat reporter Michael Lev. And I guess this week or the week before when USC won, it was a turning point. This week, they get a big victory. What is it now? What does this win mean?
I think it's the next step in their progression. It's a huge victory. It's a road victory against a ranked team, something they had not done, under Lane Kiffin. It could be the type of victory that propels them to the big finish here. I mean, they have a chance on paper. Certainly looks like they have a shot at a 5-game winning streak to close the season, maybe a 10-3 record, which would be an improvement over last year, which would probably be beyond anyone's expectations under all of these circumstances.
Not beyond yours. You said they were going to go 10-3.
No, I did say 10-3.
Okay, let's delve inside deeper into this game at Arizona. I thought that that line played great. They didn't give up any sacks to a team that gave up 3 a game. So that was a phenomenal job by the O-line.
Yeah, it was not only pass blocking but run blocking. I mean, they were very physical. Enabling Marc Tyler to have a huge game, 31 carries, 160 yards, both career highs. Pass protection was very good. Also schematically, Lane Kiffin did a really good job of calling plays where Matt Barkley would get the ball out of his hands fast. Sometimes only one step drops and he'd fire the ball on the smoke route, as we call it, to Robert Woods or Ronald Johnson, really not letting that pass rush field. They're going to need that again this week against Oregon State, which also has a pretty good defensive line.
But the defensive line, I mean, this has been a problem for the Trojans all year. I believe they're ranked 98th in giving up third down conversions. That needs to shore up as we finich across the season now.
Yeah, third down defense was terrible against Arizona.
To put it politely.
Yes, it was just flat terrible. Well, I mean, when you give up 7 of 8 third down conversions in the first half, and then at one point it was 9 of 10, almost all of them were 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 11s, 3rd and 8s.
Okay, injury report. We mentioned Barkley earlier. He had a running play in the fourth quarter. Guess came up lame. How's he doing right now?
Yeah, he told me that it was a strained hamstring.
Okay.
And he didn't think it was he didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. Wouldn't curtail him at all this week. Lane Kiffin basically said the same thing on Sunday. I think he'll be fine.
Let's move on. This week, the Trojans are going to be at Oregon State. They will be in Corvallis, and not a good week for the Beavers, my friend. They lost to Washington State at home, to a team who hasn't won a Pac-10 game in over 2 years. So what can the Trojans expect out of a Beaver team that I think is ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be obviously extremely motivated and focused after being embarrassed last week at home against Washington State. It's always a tough place for USC to play. They do not have a good history up in Corvallis. They've lost their last two visits there, and even the game before that was extremely difficult. Oregon State's always well coached. The question I have is this offense of Oregon State's explosive enough to take advantage of a USC defense that's vulnerable against the pass? I don't think the matchup is real good from the Beaver standpoint.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but in the preseason, I picked the Trojans to lose 5 games, and unfortunately, this was going to be one of them, so why not? I'll pick them to lose 28-25.
I am going to, again, pick USC to win. I'm going to go with the exact same score as I did last week and say USC 24, Oregon State 23.
Okay, it worked for you last week. Why not this week? Okay, let's go to our reader question of the day. This one comes from USC Steve. He asks, do you think Marc Tyler's return to the game with his gimpy ankle boosted the team's spirit?
Oh, absolutely. A player goes out with an injury, comes back into the huddle. Everyone sees that. Everyone senses that. There's no doubt that it gave the team a boost. It was really a great performance by Marc Tyler. Really showed his toughness, something that I think a lot of people had questioned when it was kind of one injury after another throughout his career. Those were all hard yards, just grinding it out.
All right, thank you as always to Michael Lev. That's going to do it for this edition of Trojan Talk. And for all your latest USC information, be sure to check out usc.ocregister.com. Thanks for watching.